Cheryl Derricotte. There you go. Hi.
Hi, how are
How
you?
are you? I'm good. Welcome. What a fine camera you've got on your phone. It's so clear.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh wow. You look like you're both in a magazine and living. What is this phone you have? Or maybe it's just you.
Oh my gosh, you're so kind. This is iPhone 10 because I cannot buy a new iPhone every time they come out with one.
Well, I've got a 6, so maybe that, I don't know. What do I know?
Oh, but your technological skills are like way ahead of mine. You're doing a global festival. Work it.
Barely, but thank you. Oh, so where are you going to take us today?
Well, today we are going to go into the studio where I live. So as long as you can hear me, I'm going to start turning the phone around.
Yeah.
And we're going to go in.
Okay.
All right, cool. So here is the front of the building.
And
it's a 60,000 square foot warehouse. It is the oldest legal live work artist residency in the city of San Francisco.
Wow.
This October, the community will be 46 years old. And I had the pleasure of moving in about 3.5 years ago, which was awesome.
Wow.
And I'm reaching for the keys to take us in. And so we're in the Mission in San Francisco. And as you see, we have lots of bikes. We have beautiful painted columns, because why have art if you don't have beautiful painted columns? We have this.
Is that an elevator?
It is. This is our gorgeous old beast. This elevator dates back to around 1920.
Wow.
Yeah, still works, but as you see, to be operated by members only because it's a little delicate. All right, here's our bulletin board. Lots of neighborhood art events. And we're going up the stairs to the second floor. And we're going to look at some of my art and then keep winding through the building and talk a little bit.
All right, so you make art from research.
I do. I make art from research. And I always say the newspaper can set me off down a path. But I'm really driven by text in my art and the concept. So that starts long before I decide, is it going to be work in glass or work on paper? But the piece I'm showing you today is a music-oriented piece to go along with the theme of the festival.
Oh, how thoughtful.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. And as you close in, you see all those little records. Each record represents a jazz club that no longer exists in the Fillmore neighborhood.
Oh.
Yeah, because once upon a time, the Fillmore in San Francisco was called the Harlem of the West.
Of the West, yeah.
And all.
Can you put it down just a little bit?
Yeah, down.
Yeah, there we go. Now we can really see this. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
wow.
These little records are like the ghost of the history of these clubs. And you can really see how dense and exciting the neighborhood was when they were all there.
Yeah.
So the Fillmore.
There's so many of them. I didn't know there were that many.
Oh yeah, there were tons of clubs. There were tons of clubs, and this is like, we're talking 40s, 50s. World War II really changed the composition of the Fillmore neighborhood, as a lot of African Americans came in to work at the shipyards. So it was very much, a happening, exciting neighborhood for a long time. And then, you know, the 60s came along and things like urban redevelopment, and a lot of the people were moved out. The housing stock was completely changed and in some cases torn down. And most of the clubs kind of died on the vine without the same density of population. You know, the other thing you see is on the map is Japantown, because during this time there was like a really large and vibrant Japanese community that unfortunately got moved out during the internment, you know, at WW2. So the neighborhood has a really rich and diverse history.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull back a little bit and we're gonna keep walking. So
what do you call that?
This piece is called When the Fillmore Used to Swing. And it's from 2018 and a show I did with an art collective I'm a member of, and I'll lean down so you can see my table, 3.9 Art Collective, which is a group of Black artists who live and work in San Francisco and respond to the change in demographics in the city. All right, so we are gonna keep on walking, if that's okay. You good?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna keep walking. So we are now
My legs are tired.
We are gonna go up to the 3rd floor, because this is the way to get to the beautiful roof garden, where we'll do a little Q&A and chat.
All right.
And so now we're on the 3rd floor and we're passing some more of my neighbor's beautiful artwork, my neighbor John's huge camera, more beautiful artwork, some digital artwork that's not on right now by my neighbor Rudy, some really fun people. Yes.
They look tough.
Okay, don't they look tough?
Yeah.
I know, my neighbor used to make these huge paper mache statues, which is fun. Here's some painting. We're passing some painting. And as you see, we have our preparedness, got Clorox wipes. And because I'm going with you, you can come to the roof.
Okay. Right. Phew.
So. And here we are in our gorgeous rooftop garden. So I'm just gonna give you and all the viewers a little view of that. And here is the very quiet San Francisco right now. As you see some views of the city.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So you live there do you live in the same space where you work, or are they separate? Work is one end of the building and live is another, or?
No, I live there. So I live inside that space where my artwork was hanging. And I can do work on paper at home. And then my glass practice is actually in a building in the Bayview neighborhood of San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah, that even more industrial, not a live work building. And one of the last places that really puts up with like wood, ceramics, glass, you know.
And didn't you just get a big kiln last year?
Yes, I got a big kiln. Emerald City is my kiln, and I've been having a great time with Emerald City. I am like cranking out the Kickstarter rewards and planning big, huge pieces that I can't even lift. Every time I go to lift the shelf, I'm like, what was I thinking? I need a friend to help me lift this big hill step.
Oh, that's awesome. Emerald City, I love it. I love it. So, what the Fillmore project, the records, that was music and about the change of the neighborhood, economic change and societal change. What are you working on now, or is it top secret? Can you tell us?
No, it's not a secret, actually. I'm working on a historic bank project. It's about this old bank called the Pacific Bank that used to be in San Francisco. And I found online this really old handbook. I don't know if it was given to like stockholders, but it was on the occasion of the bank's 25th anniversary back in the 1800s. And it was just fascinating to hear how people were describing all the same issues we talk about today. You know, the same real estate speak was happening in the 1800s.
Right.
That's happening now.
And were they the same, some of the same areas?
Well, the bank handbook covers the whole state. So it had chapters, you know, about places in the state. But what was also interesting and kind of got me going on the idea of a project was that there really was a juxtaposition of like these beautiful pictures of nature that would immediately be tied to whatever the economic resource was that the bank was really interested in. So like there's a gorgeous picture of a bear and the whole commentary is about, you know, oil in the state of California. And I'm like, right.
Wow. So is the bear intended to make you, I don't understand. Are we supposed to think that they're caring about the bear?
I have no idea. I mean, it's like, you know, you'll just see these beautiful pictures of flora and fauna throughout this handbook and this commentary that it's like, okay, you know. So it's like almost like the bear is a decoy, you know, to talk about natural resources. Yeah, it's like the natural resource we're talking about is the oil, not the bear, you know. So what I find,
and we're gonna take it. Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Totally. I feel like a lot of times when I start a project, there's an image that's like the muse, and I feel like the bear has really been my muse for this project. Okay, you froze a little bit. Are you there? Okay, good.
Well, maybe the bear could help you lift the shelves.
Yeah, right? Because he's big.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
What are these? You're making glass shelves?
Well, no, the shelf. So in my glass kiln, Emerald City, there is a large ceramic shelf, and that's where I actually fire pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what's so heavy that you need a friend to lift the shelf?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's a hollow core, but it's still like a big 45-inch long ceramic shelf.
How did you get, well, I know how, because I remember seeing the photos of you getting Emerald City into the, the struggle.
It was a struggle, you know, and I just keep saying, well, you know, you just don't move an 1,100-pound piece of equipment every day. You just don't do that.
No, there's a reason. Wow. So we've got the bank book. Where did you find this bank book anyway?
I found the bank book online through public domain library collections.
Oh,
A
you
lot
went
of times,
searching for it?
well, I search on words. So this goes back to the text thing again. I was kind of searching on words like economics or money or things like that. And this bank handbook popped up. And I was like, well, now there's a thing, so it's really more kind of that text driven thing of how, it starts.
Yeah. Huh. And when did you go to DC? Because you're from DC originally, right?
I am from DC.
I mean, when did you go to San Francisco? Yeah, you're from DC.
Yeah, it's been about 8.5 years now since I came out.
Oh, you're new.
I came out. Yeah, fall of 2011 is when I came out. Yeah.
All right. And what part of DC?
Northeast. Yes. So
Northeast.
I grew up in Riggs Park for the viewers that know DC, and near the Fort Totten Metro. And then I most recently lived on Capitol Hill on the northeast side of the hill, Lincoln Park.
All right. I was in DC for a couple of years, but I was in well, I went to Howard, so I was near campus there. Well, DuPont Circle.
Yeah.
And then I got an apartment in Anacostia.
Okay, across the river.
Across the river, yeah. But it was a long time ago, so I don't claim to know anything about the place now.
Well, like many places, it's changed.
Yes, I'm sure it has.
Yeah, it's changed.
Oh, and what are your I guess observations of being under siege?
Wow. Yeah, well, this is day 4 of 6-county lockdown in San Francisco. And it's the first, I think it's like day 2 of the state, really going into a shelter in place. And I'm just trying to take it in stride, I mean, I think that that's all of us can do, so that's why I was really excited to hear about Quarantuned, and thank you for including me, because I feel like that's who we are as artists. We got to keep making, we got to keep, our leadership is needed more than ever.
Well, I as tired as I am, and as not stressful in a bad way, but putting everything together, taking time. I'm having so much fun with you guys today. I'm so happy that everybody's been calling in, and to the people who've been writing and I haven't had time to write you and might not get you on, I thank you for your enthusiasm and wanting to participate. And if somebody wants to do it again next week, be my guest.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like you're also doing performance art, to be up for 24 hours and run a festival.
It hadn't occurred to me until at some point I was having a bit of a meltdown yesterday. I think because I was trying to take a nap and I couldn't. And I was like, what am I doing? Why is this suffering so much? This shouldn't have hurt. And then I was like, oh, right. It's your Dramatica Jones. Calm down. Like, this is part of the, you made this, like you chose to do this. And this is part of the character you decided to inhabit. And this is performance art. And I was like, oh, right. It's like,
Exactly.
You're just like, why am I doing, like, who decided this? Yeah, but it has been so much fun. And I mean, to see, most of you I know, although there's some of you I've never met, some of the people who are participating I've never met. But it's nice to see all of these people I talk to online or people I've known for years, all in the same place, It's like everyone's come to my party, and Cheryl meet Diane, and Emily meet other Emily, and so it's fun. I am enjoying it.
And it's been fun for us too. Last night I enjoyed hearing you play and sing for a while. I caught a little bit of Cynthia and Ed and John M, so that was fun. I did get up this morning for Diane because I was like, oh, New Yorker at home. Okay. If anybody knows how to stay in the house in small space, it is a New Yorker. Okay. I'm all about it. So that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely has been fun sharing. So, and I hope that people who are watching have been having a good time. Julian's writing Dramatica. It's Dramatica with a T, Julian. Dramatica, not a T. But yeah, it's been good fun. So I'm looking forward. We're in the home stretch now.
Yes.
Pumping
How many more
up.
hours do you have? How many more hours?
Let's see what the website says. 5 hours and 37 minutes.
Okay. That's
nothing.
No.
It's nothing.
No. That is really
since 8 a.m. yesterday. Wait, yesterday?
Wow.
Yeah. So that's almost 36 hours. Is that right? Yeah.
Wow.
So it's nothing. This is child's play. I got this like The Rock and Vin Diesel all together.
Yes.
Okay. That right there just proved that I don't. I think I'm getting a little delirious. I'm gonna go find some chocolate, I think.
Chocolate always makes it better. I know. I've been teasing my friends. I'm like, I have not cooked this much in 4 days as the last 4 years. It's like, okay, we gotta stay home and cook, and that's what we're doing. I saw you having some pasta while y'all were cooking etouffee. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that etouffee. I'm a little bit mad about it. If anybody decides to do one of these again, do not invite occasion chef when everybody's stuck at home. And that was just, people were texting me like, "Why'd you do this? This is painful."
I know. I'm getting all kind of texts too. That's the other thing though. I mean, it's like, people are like connecting. It's like, I'm getting texts, I'm getting messages, there goes another one. It's like people are serious about
next week they're gonna want to call.
Right.
What are you doing? Oh no.
Yeah, kind of old school, call it.
That's when we'll know we've crossed the line. No phone calls.
Exactly. So I know it might be too soon. What's your next project after this, other than sleeping?
Well, I put a project on hold for a day or two to do this. Okay. I'm in the middle of releasing a single in 30 days with my patrons. Yeah. So that's still running in the background. I need to tomorrow or the next day give them an update, but I've got to start working on the music video for that.
Cool.
Because the song's going to be out in 2 weeks. And then I think after that, the song's going to come out on my birthday. And
nice.
Then I think I'll sleep. I mean, I'm going to sleep tonight, but I got to, but I think in 2 weeks, I think that's when I'll just not do anything for a while. I've been going for a good long time now. So
yeah,
it's been a few months. And I'll go, sit my behind down with the rest of the world, as my people would tell me. Let's go sit somewhere.
Yep, it's it.
So yeah, I might do that. Take a little breather. But it was good having you on. Good talking to you. Good to see your face.
Thank you so much. Great talking to you too. And I hope people like the little tour of art life. Here we are.
Exactly. And we've got you on the website, Cheryl Derricotte studio in there somewhere.
Yeah, at the end? CherylDerricotteStudio.com.
Okay, and we can follow your bear bank project.
Yes, the journey.
I want to know where this bear muse leads you. I'm curious.
All right, I will totally keep you informed.
All right.
At some point there'll be a show. You know, it's sponsored by San Francisco Arts Commission. So let me give them a shout out and a thank you. Yeah, and I'll let you know.
All right, sounds great. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Say bye, Cheryl.